All right, everything good, microphone good. Make sure my chat's live. Oh man, I already saw a couple of these leaks and it's crazy. Hold on though, chat. I need to make sure everything's good before I put on the screen. Make sure see my chat. Oh my goodness, these leaks are insane. And it wasn't. We're already getting info like an hour before. I knew it was gonna be like this. Mute that. Hey Nalesh, how you doing, my boy? Oh man. Hold on, let me get the screen up so you guys can see. Oh my goodness. These leaks are insane. Wrong screen. Pull up on here. All right, it's time. My brothers and sisters, it's time. How you guys doing? Oh man, these leaks is insane. I said I was finna do the face cam. How you guys doing? Oh my goodness, bruh. Face cam worthy chapter, you got that right. My chat is a little messed up, but how you guys doing, man? This night is about to be insane. It's about to be insane. And yo, Pewpee's talking about Gojo is officially back, but with Kenjaku's mind. Hey Ben, thank you for that compliment. Oh man. Man, oh man, oh man. Hey yo, enemy stand user, I just got the leaks of the chapter. Okay, Jake, you already on that, bruh. You need context. This is the only context that we have right now. The only bit of context. Nothing else. Just that Gojo is officially back, but with Kenjaku's mind. Y'all, how is that even possible? That's literally impossible. For Kenjaku to be back in, at least to me, it seems impossible because Kenjaku's brain was miles away when he died. And if we're reading what Sukuna said and what he said about Gojo's body, then we must have already had Gojo's body before this all went down. Hey, what's up, Senya? Tell me you lying right now. I wish I was. I wish this wasn't true, what we're seeing on the screen. Bruh. You can't. What? If we see the panel, I'm gonna pass out, bruh. Because there's absolutely no way. If we see the actual panel of Kenjaku in Gojo's body. Because there's just no way. No way, no way. Oh, no. What? This is about to be a crazy night. And we're probably going to have a 2-week break as well. So, yeah. I swear if Gege does this, I'm smacking him. Yeah, we're all going to he's going to get his IP leaked and we're all going to be on our way over there. You could trust that. Crazy JJK night. Brain couldn't take Gojo's body, man. It can't be. It just can't be. I won't believe it. Man, that is absolutely crazy. Some leaker posted a panel, but it looks fake. Yeah. I hope that's not what Pewpiece is. Pewpiece is pretty reliable. What would you guys say? And if Kenjaku coming back is I actually like that a little bit more than just Gojo in the flesh, but I still thought it was impossible. Like, it's even more impossible than just Gojo coming back. Let me refresh. Oh my gosh. Won't believe it till I see it. Look, Saku, chill. No, we need to chill. After this chapter, Lobotomy Kaisen is gonna go crazy. You already know. Didn't Yuta literally stab him? Yes, bro stabbed him. Didn't, what even chapter was that? 242? Yes, no? 43. He stabbed his brain. Yuta, you had one job. He knew the assignment. He knew his job. No, we didn't see him. We saw Kenjaku get his head chopped off here. I think it's 248 when he was stabbed in the brain. Viber slap Gojo's legs. Gojo is not back. I didn't think Gojo was back, but Myamura and Pew Piece, they're on something else, bruh. They talking about Kenjaku. Is it 248? No. Dang, what chapter was that? When Kenjaku died for real. Or 49. It was something with Yuta. Yes, this is the chapter. Not looking good. If Yuta didn't double tap, I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know. I have to look over it again because he should have had that. Kenjaku is weird enough. He's just a floating brain like he's Frankenstein. Uh-oh. Myamura posted the raws, I think. Oh no. Are y'all even ready? Is it even gonna load? Oh, that's hilarious. Though they're on Ragnarok though, so let me. Is Ragnarok gonna load? Let me look on my other screen. No rock. They should be on here. Hold on, y'all. Oh, you got it right there on Nilesh. Let me click on it. Thank you, my brother. Brother. What the? What? What? Oh, nah. It's impossible. It's impossible. What? Sukuna is gassing Kenjaku and says, not even Yuta could kill him? It's impossible. Yuta, what? Yuta. This is fake? It looks pretty real. Looking at the line art and the... This is gay. I think this is gay. Yes, it... Oh... I think it is him. And they domain clash, but why is Kenjaku fighting him? Sukuna gas seeing Kenjaku says, not even Yuta could kill him. Oh man. This is the worst ever. Oh my gosh. I have no words. I refuse to believe it. I see Mia, but that's gay. No, what the hell is going on? Nah, it's fake. Yuta had the help of reality bending, instant teleportation, and Kenjaku. Kenjaku was fatigued. Impossible. It is impossible. Bro, why did it reset like this? It's impossible. How did Kenjaku's brain get to Gojo's body? They were hundreds of kilometers away. Between what are they at? Shinjuku and the Gosho colony. Yuta copy. Did Yuta copy Kenjaku's technique? Oh my gosh. Let me look up the other scan. Nope, it doesn't work. The scan side doesn't work. It just doesn't. Oh my gosh. That is not Yuta. It doesn't seem like Yuta. I don't know why the leaker mentioned that. Gojo's inside is Yuta, who copied Kenjaku. Oh. It's Yuta who copied Kenjaku's technique. So it's almost like it's every theory into one, if that is true. Because Yuta could body switch into Gojo's body. He could copy Kenjaku's. No, because he body switched with Kenjaku's curse technique, he took that dead body. Now he can use Gojo's body. What? Because they can already body hop with Wee Wee, but if oh my gosh, too much body switching. If Yuta copied Kenjaku's curse technique to body hop, then he can switch brains. Man, that seems hella permanent. Yuta the GOAT. Man. Did Sukuna mention Yuta in this panel? Let me see. Oh my goodness. This is insanity. I can't handle it. So much raw emotion and confusion and oh man. How's everyone? I'm forgetting to read the chat, bruh. How you guys doing? Oh man. Yes, it's starting to low-key think Gege might have written himself into a corner. I mean, it makes, if Yuta can use that technique that he got from Kenjaku, then that makes sense. It's just crazy that it'd be Gojo in the flesh. That link is not working at all. So all we got is these, unless it's a new page, my bad. I don't think so, yep. This looks real. Gege Kaisen, it's always been like that. Leakers are saying Yuta copied Kenny's technique and used Gojo's body. Yeah, that's about it. This is Mickey. Gojo being back, it like Gojo actually being back feels a little bit Mickey, but with the way it works with Yuta and how he can use and absorb Kenjaku's curse technique and use Gojo's dead body, I guess he'd reverse curse technique, his body and come back in that way. It's strange, but it does make sense. Man, the Yuta hype is never going to stop after this. I could tell you that much. Never. I wasn't even familiar with this leaker. It's very strange. Okay. The next panel, or this is the first panel. Yuji rips through Sukuna as we see Chozo's memories. All right, so he's getting revenge for his big bro. Oh, he completely rips through him. You can see the exit wound. Man, he must have his heart then. Yo, what was going? They do a domain clash too? Bro, these leakers are insane. They just drop panels like these and just leave it. This is impossible, y'all. Like, this is impossible. How is this possible? Myamura posted. Hopefully they give a little bit more context. Oh. Yuji crushed Sukuna's heart. Alright. Oh man, this is impossible. I don't understand how Kenjaku did it. Oh, snap. Sukuna confuses Yuji is doing domain expansion. But Gojo appears in the next page. Look at the reveal. It's impossible. Not gonna lie, narratively, I expect everything but this. I'm with you, Senya. I expected anything but this. That's my goat. And for some reason, I'm still thinking that this Gojo is like evil or something. However, this apparently is Yuta, which is very good. God damn, Gege drew him extra majestic. Yeah. Our blue-eyed king is back, just he's just different. Oh man, this is crazy. This is the craziest. Nah, I don't believe it's Yuta. I mean, what reason would Kenjaku have to fight this dude for this dude? Sukuna is shocked. He's not the only one. I'd be freaking out if I saw Gojo like this. And Gojo, if it's just Gojo's body and Yuta can use all of Gojo's capabilities, he apparently can use his domain since the leaker already leaked it, then Sukuna would, he'd be cooked, bro. This dude is already nerfed to oblivion. What is Sukuna doing? Sukuna, after realizing who it was, is excited. Man, this panel is crazy. I just remembered we could have made some progress if Megami had stood up. Just remembered about his existence. Yeah, Megami is lacking. However, I don't know. My head is spinning right now. I'm not even thinking about Megami's bum self. Oh man, Myamura just translated the other page. Oh, what? Oh my gosh. As soon as Sukuna chants domain expansion, he sees Gojo standing in disbelief. Sukuna wonders if it's really him, but pushes away the thought as he says it's impossible. It is impossible. It's impossible. It's how? Next page, we see Gojo's body possessed by Yuta, who copied Kenjaku's curse technique. Oh, my head's still spinning. It's Yuta. I keep forgetting that. I keep thinking it's solely Kenjaku, but it's Yuta with Kenjaku's power. Alright. So since Yuta can copy curse techniques, he took Kenjaku's curse technique, which is able to swap brains with a dead person, and he took Gojo's dead body. That's why he has stitches. That's why it seems like he's inhabiting Kenjaku. But this is Yuta inside of Gojo, basically. Yuta within Gojo is what that's what it's looking like right now. Probably permanent too. Yeah, if you swap brains with this person. It's just Yuta forever now. Pause. Yeah, I had to pause that. Yuta inside Gojo. Yeah, pause. But Yuta is manifested within Gojo. Oh my gosh. This is what? Gojo came back like this? This is beyond crazy. Oh my. This is beyond insane. This is madness beyond madness. What did Myamura say? Oh. Yeah, it's just the same thing. That means Yuta is OP. Yuta is mad OP in Gojo's body. It's the best of both worlds. Both Sugawara descendants inside of one. Now, JoJo, I don't know, man. This chapter is insane. This is the most insane Jujutsu Kaisen chapter that has ever come out. Ever. Oh, Myamura posted, what did they say? Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Sukuna suddenly realizes who it is, punches Yuji away as he moves forward and says, I apologize for misunderstanding you, for underestimating you. I didn't know you were capable of going that far. Yuta Okotsu. Sukuna addresses Gojo as Yuta. Man, he immediately knew. How did he know that? It's impossible. This is... Bro, the Yuta... You can't stop Yuta. You can't stop the Yuta fans now. It won't stop now. Bro's literally turned into Gojo. What's that in Lesh? Oh, it's someone else with the leaks? Oh my gosh. Check the link, posting all the panels. Yeah, I'd really like to see him translate it with some context though. Oh my goodness. Kenjaku. This chapter, man. Kenjaku and Gojo dead confirmed. They are dead, and now this is Yuta and Gojo's dead body. Man. What's it been, like a year since Gojo died? It's been a year, like close to it. Man, this is... I don't care anymore. Get it over with. All right. What was that link? I don't see all the pages on the link you sent, Nilesh. I only see up to page 5. Unless they're... No, I only see up to page 5 on that link. Oh, snap. I gotta scroll all the way down. And I gotta see who... Okay, let me see what Myamura said, then we'll get back to the full chapter. My bad. No, it's been over a year since Gojo died. It's been close. I think it's been almost like 9 months. Yuta in Gojo's body using Kenjaku's technique. What in the world? I would have never imagined that. Like, it would have been like a possibility, but the fact that it's real, my goodness. He's just too goated. Really, if Yuta was already about to die, then switching with Gojo's body is the best option ever. So this isn't even the worst option. This is the best. Yuta inside Gojo's body is crazy, yeah. Very crazy. however you take it. My goodness. All right, let's see what this chapter has. I think it's a lot of backstory. Yeah, it's not. We don't know what's going on. It's a lot of yapping. It must be him talking about taking the body, Yuta talking about taking it. Oh man. I've hardly ever seen Yuta this mad. That's pretty insane. Yeah, it's a lot of dialogue. That we just don't. Yeah, so since Yuta was near death, he's with Shoko performing an operation. He must be using that same technique along with whatever RCT know-how or whatever it does to switching Gojo's body. And I think this is the last page is a domain expansion. Oh man, these leakers are foul for just, man, they just dropping all this with with no context. Oh my gosh. Yo. Let me see if I have. See the link Nilesh sent me. Pin it. Let me pin it real quick. And end the poll since we know what's happening. Can't believe the poll was still up. Oh man. This chapter. What in the world? All we can do now is wait on Myamura's translations. Oh man. Bro's face is so goofy. Oh man. My brain is hurting, bro. It's spinning, man. This is a lot to process. The most to process. Myamura is up right now. Check it. What did he say? I don't know what it's my internet. My thing's a little slow. He leaking right now. Which domain expansion will Yuta even have his actual domain? He's gonna have Gojos, I believe. Because he'd probably be able to use the vessel's technique. I can't take this shit, LMAO. Wake me up when we're all okay. This is the craziest, bro. This is what? It's like everything's happening everywhere all at once. Okay, now Myamura explains what's happening in the flashback because we didn't have any context. In a flashback, Yuta decides to have Rika devour Kenjaku and copy his curse technique, which will allow Yuta to change bodies. Maki objects to this plan, but Hikari says he has a condition. They're going to use this plan when everyone's wiped out and they don't have any options. The way my mind immediately that's what Hikari said. So they have no options. Hikari was never finna join this battle. It's sad that my mind immediately went to that, but it's true that he was never, despite what his capabilities are, he never fit into this plan. Besides stalling Uraume. And right now, there's more important things to focus on besides that particular fight versus Uraume. Man, that's crazy. Of course, Maki objects to her freaking boyfriend being transplanted into another man's body. Yuta cooked. He cooked up something fierce. What is this? Did Rika eat Kenjaku's body? Oh, that's how she has to take technique. She has to eat So Rika just ate the Kenjaku's severed head. It's crazy this even makes sense. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazier that it does make sense. And that this is actually a plan that they came up with. Hakari is stalling Uraume, because if Uraume joins Sukuna in the fight, they're unstoppable. Yeah, Uraume would dominate pretty hard. Or they'd be a nuisance at least. Man, does Yuta get Geto's powers? Man, Yuta. Who even knows what Yuta can unlock now? Yuta just has everything now. Gojo's body, he might still have mimicry, cursed spirit manipulation. Like that's the strongest. Yuta's the strongest now. Jujutsu god. Yuta's the strongest. That's it. Unless Sukuna just decides he isn't, which is not even it's not even a joke there, because that's entirely within the realm of possibility. Sukuna just decides he won't lose and just gets stronger. Yuta's the main character now. Sorry, Yuji. This is huge, man. This is too loud. If I'm like wording that correctly, this is, I don't even know how to even express it. That like, this is huge. Like, I'm not worried about Yuji, Megami, nothing. It's just all Gojo and Sukuna, or Yuta and Sukuna. I'm glad this shit is fire. Yeah, this is pretty cool, man. Sukuna only saving grace is the merger. Yeah, I can't wait to see that. I really want to see that plotline play out, because that's pretty much has the deciding factor to change everything in the world of Jujutsu, or everything changing. Man, but it's crazy to think that this is actually going to be permanent for Yuta, though. What if it is permanent? I think it is, because I think Yuta might be dying right now. Myth talking about taking a break to post One Piece. What? Myth is such a fraud leaker, bro. Bro said taking a break to post One Piece leaks, bruh. Are we really worried about that? Is he truly a JJK leaker worried about that? Wait. With Kenny? Nah, I'm sure Yuta's OG body is dead and he can only use his curse technique for 5 minutes. Interesting. I think if he changed bodies like this, it's a completely new ordeal now. Kenjuto. You just combine all of them into one. Kenjuto. Man, I hate Yuta so much. You hate Yuta. Man, so y'all are crazy. Kenjuto slams. Kengotu. Gojo gonna pull a Toji and take over. Yeah. This is madness beyond madness. This was hands down the craziest leak night ever. Like, I am dazed, I am phased, confused, I am appalled. Kenjaku Satoru. How many curse techniques does Yuta have now? Let's look over that. How many curse techniques does he have? Because he already has mimicry. He would have Geto's curse spirit manipulation. He would have Gojo's infinity and that whole set. He would have if he takes the vessels, he'd have Rika, right? Which he'd have a storage system. If he still has the mimicry and everything, he'd have a storage system. So he'd basically have whatever curse techniques he has, he'd retain, and he have, bro, he has over like almost 9. No, more than 9. Because he has the Roofs, Charles, Uro, Sky Manipulation, Curse Speech, Oh my gosh. This is, if he still has Rika, this is the most, this is a, bruh, if he still has Rika, he's the most powerful sorcerer. If he still has those curse techniques. My mind didn't even process that till I just saw that comment. Oh, I missed a couple of these panels. Kusakabe says, can't we just copy Limitless from Gojo's body? Shoko says, you can't use Limitless without 6 eyes. Oh, so they're going to take advantage of it. Then just copy the 6 eyes. Shoko says the 6 eyes are part of his physical body. It's not a curse technique, so he can't copy it. Yes. All right, so it's like a, what is that thing from Naruto called? What is that called? A trait that only manifests within certain people. It's not Sharingan. It's like what all those ocular jujutsus are called. Jutsus are called. Keke Genkai. Yes, that's what it's like. Dojutsu. Yeah. Something like that. So Limitless is literally part of him. Well, the 6 eyes is part of him. Yuta can copy the Limitless anytime he wants, but unless he wants to use the Limitless and not explode, then he needs the 6 eyes. Because I'm pretty sure if he would use the Limitless, he wouldn't be able to, or it'd be too dangerous to use. Something like that. Plot armor? I don't know what you call it. It's making sense to me. Right now, it just seems like all the more reason to glaze Yuta. Okay, Myamura posted something else. Bro, if Yuta still has his other techniques and Rika, he is busted. Maki asked, since Yuta can use copy curse technique for only 5 minutes, what would happen later? Yuta says he does not know. All right. That answers that question. Well, it doesn't answer the question, but at least it addresses it. The Yuta stocks will never fall. Nah, bro. Yuta literally is he's carrying right now. He's carrying everyone. Yuta is dead. Yuta's literally right here in the flesh. What are you talking about? What are you on about? Yuta just dies after 5 minutes. That's a possibility, but unless you know something we don't know yet. Unless you're reading the Japanese right now. Damn you, Gege. Damn you. This is pretty exciting. I didn't expect. This feels like all the theories merged into it. At least is the Kenjaku and the Yuta theory mixed into one. And I'm really not mad at it at all. Crash out. I expected to crash out this chapter, but this is better than anything I hoped. Yuta is a fraud. If we being honest, bro got all these techniques and still trash. We got to see it first, Nilesh. Nilesh, I know you're not talking about Yuta a fraud, but Megami exists. So Yuta can copy everything, especially 6 eyes. Yuta cannot copy 6 eyes. He can copy Kenjaku's curse technique. And because Gojo is dead, then he can use Kenjaku's curse technique to take over Gojo's dead body. It's a lot of things running in my mind right now, but that's the gist of it. The final panel is Yuta teleporting back to Africa. That's hilarious, Camilo, but in fact, the final panel is Yuta using domain expansion on the King of Curses. So all of our Yuta fans, we gotta talk that talk, bruh, because Yuta is carrying. Nah, imagine after 5 minutes when Yuta gets out of his body, Gojo gets alive. I imagine the real Gojo might have some sort of scene or afterlife scene or something like that. Man, 1,500 people in chat? Or no. I was looking at the numbers wrong. 1,500 views. 300 people in chat. Almost went crazy there for a second. Yo, what is Hikari's condition? All this Kenjaku curse technique. This Kenjaku curse technique copy though. Man, I'm not even worried about Hikari, but this stuff going on with the whole Kenjaku debacle, man. This is better than I expected. Because it really does make sense, given what Yuta's options were. Like Yuta, he was sliced by the world slash. I actually want to see how he looked when he was on the table. I don't know how he... Man, I don't know how he is still together. I think Yuta is dying here. It makes sense, but we don't want it to make sense. Does this mean Yuta has 4 domain expansions? Gojo, Kenny, Geto, and his... Well, we don't know if Geto had one, but I guess all of those would be at his disposal if he was that much of a god at Jujutsu. Gojo could come back if he fights to get his body back. I doubt Gojo will want to come back though. He's already found peace. Yeah, Gojo is satisfied. And I'm not sure how much if him manifesting in, if he'll take his body back, I'm not sure how that work out. All right, Myamura translated another panel. Meme explains the pros and cons of Yuta copying Kenjaku's curse technique. There's a possibility that after switching bodies, Yuta might lose his curse technique and it would have to forever live in Gojo's body. Interesting. So they're going over the options. 1, if Kenjaku's curse technique is of the constant or intermittent operation type, the physical body or the soul can't be maintained and he will die. If the curse technique operates intermittently, he won't immediately die, but he'll eventually die. Oh man, he might extinguish his life. If the curse technique is a single use, one-time technique, he can use the limitless even past 5 minutes. Then Meme points out after switching of bodies is completed, it's also possible that a Kotsu-kun's curse technique is discarded and he'll have to live in Gojo-kun's body from now on. All right, so he's probably not going to be as broken, but since he's Gojo, he's still going to be that guy. He's just not as broken as I was mentioning earlier. He was, man. If the curse technique is single use, he can use limitless even past 5 minutes. Bro, these people are not talking about Rika. Well, they did mention Okotsu's curse technique discarded, but they're not mentioning the possibility of Gojo using that technique in Gojo's body, at least. Yuta got nerfed, to be honest. I mean, I think he was dying, right? This is the best he could have did. Or he was on his deathbed, it seems. Is the leaks out yet? Yes, the leaks are out. I think the in the pinned comments, those are the raw panels. Man, this is too much. I like it though. I want to know what he says in this panel though about the mentioning Geto and Gojo for some reason, and Yuta was mad. He was really mad. So we need more context on that too. Gege showing us something crazy. Yeah, Gege's popping off. I don't think we getting anyone back. Just everyone dying. Is this for real? This is dead ass. This is for real. This is 100% real. Yuta took Kenjaku's curse technique and he is now manifested inside of Gojo Satoru. This is interesting because Kenny lived in Geto's body for a while, so I would think it's the latter. There's 4 options though, so which one do you think it is? What the heck happened to my man? RCT, come on, Yuta. Maybe I'm missing something. Yuta's making the ultimate gamble or the ultimate sacrifice, something of that sort, in order to lengthen his life or do what he can for the team. It seems like something that's going to be permanent though. Gojo is in an infinite death loop. Man, he can't escape it. However, I do think, if I can say my words right, I do think that Gojo's soul might have passed on. Unless the soul and the body stuff comes back up later on. This man Yuta a true Gojo wannabe? Well, he is Gojo now, so what can he say? Bro literally took his body. All right. Yuta says that he knows this is a last resort. So first he will try to fight Sukuna with his own domain, and if he can't win, he will accept Gojo's body. I didn't even think about this. Did they? These dudes were not betting on Gojo to win, bruh. Cause this must have been during the month time skip, right? Nah, it was either do the month time skip or during the Gojo vs Sukuna fight. Man, these dudes. Nah, I'd lose, bruh. These dudes, I don't know how much faith they had in Gojo, bruh. They're making all these plans. It's not bad. It's 500 IQ, but still. Man, that's kind of crazy. They had everything planned. I get, actually, there's actually nothing wrong with that. But these plans are so specific. Like, Yuta's about to make the ultimate sacrifice. He's about to literally give up his life and future to inhabit Gojo's body. Man, that's crazy. I didn't even, until now, I didn't even realize this was, during the 1 month time skip. Inumaki is there. Bro, what purpose does that boy even serve? He might be even more of a letdown than, he 100% is more than Megami. Hey, what's up, Rumor? How you doing, my brother? Yap, no chapter, Jutsu. Man, that's all we can do now. If we approach this chapter and it's the chapter like it is now and there's no yapping, then something is going on, because we needed this to be explained. And I'm so glad that Myamura is doing his best to explain this, because without this context, we would have been lost. All right, bro. Oh, I'm sorry about that. That message got retracted. Yuta uses his curse technique when Rika is not out. Megami, the fraud potential man's soul, is still alive and hasn't passed on. Oh, man. Gojo's gonna lose twice? Nah, say it ain't so, weeb gamer. If anything, I would think that Gojo would have some sort of invulnerability, some sort of actual plot armor, since he did get revived and now he has all these things going on for him. Like, he literally would have plot armor if he got revived rather than just die again. If Gojo loses again, it's confirmed that Sukuna's top 1. Man, he's already top 1. What more does he need to prove? He dominated the Heian era. He got jumped by them. The best sorcerers to ever exist, he got jumped by them and all won. And he's the king of curses. Then in the modern era, he got jumped again by 20 plus people, fought the modern era strongest and still won. Bro, he's been top 1, man. It's just been Sukuna Kaisen. Do you think Yuta could copy Boom Shakalaka, what do you want? Do you think Yuta could copy Kenjaku technique? He's doing that right now, brother. GOJO fanboy. RIP GOJO fanboys. Final copium. It's not too bad, but it is. We do have to accept that it's not GOJO. When did Yuta's 5 minutes rule start? Well, we still don't know if that's how the plan works, but oh, I forgot to translate this page or to read it. Kusakabe says that it's a good plan, but it's just not humane. Yuta says, "What do you mean humane? We're about to fight history's strongest Jujutsu sorcerer. If we can win just by throwing away our humanity, we shouldn't even be arguing about this." All right. Yeah. He said, you can't think like a human in these sort of circumstances. To beat a monster, you just got to become a monster yourself. Just like they did in the Heian era, they just had to become monsters. Throw away their humanity. Rare Yuta W, Nilesh? I'm not sure, sir, that's a rare W. This is just a W on top of W's. Sukuna's really running the greatest gauntlet of all time. Ain't that the truth? This dude is not losing. I agree with Kusakabe. Yeah, man. They just have to do what they have to do, though. If anything, I would expect Yuta to have more to agree with Kusakabe, but Yuta's done. Like he said, he's going to abandon his humanity. Wasn't there something about that, too, that Hikari mentioned? I'll probably look over that panel after this, or after it's translated. But Hikari didn't say it, but he said not knowing anything about humanity, and Urame was talking about Hikari's how he's not human. And then Hikari mentioned Akotsu, or how he respected him, but now it looks like Yuta's about to throw away that same humanity. It's crazy how the strongest modern era keeps jumping yet keeps losing. Yeah, they just have, like, this is the last resort, man. Do you guys really expect this new plan with Yuta to end Sukuna, though? Because I still feel like Yuji and Megumi, even though I don't like Megumi all that much, I still think they deserve their sort of narrative purpose is to take down Sukuna. But we're going to see how it is, because this Yuta and Gojo's body, that's it, man. I don't know how much higher we can get. Okay, Yuta asks if everyone's afraid of becoming some monster to fight Sukuna. Maki rebukes Yuta, saying that everyone is just concerned about him. Yeah, that's pretty insane. It'd almost be like they're saying like you'd be just as bad as, or just as inhumane as Kenjaku, like, because that technique itself is just inhuman. To be able to switch bodies. I mean, we've seen the absolutely unholy acts that Kenjaku has been doing with it, but man, Maki caring for a future husband, that's exactly what's going on. That's the first thing I thought about when I saw that Maki was arguing about Yuta's situation. Because it's like Yuta's now going to be not incarnated, but he's going to be, I don't even know how to say it, just absorbed or incarnate in sort of in another person in GOJO. That's strange. I have no hopes. Gojo and Yuta fusion in Sukuna Kaisen is crazy. Yeah, I would have never expected it. And Kenjaku low-key. Kenjaku fusion as well. I know this is a great plan, but it feels so wrong. Right now that they mention it, it feels very wrong, because it already was unsettling, but now that Kusakabe just outright says it's inhumane. It just feels like what are we doing at this point? We're not even human at this point. Gege is cooking. He certainly is. I'm trying to see what that panel of Yuta yelling is. I think we might have already covered it though. This is probably him saying that we need to beat Sukuna or something of that nature, but no, we didn't even see it yet. All right. Now we might see what he's so emotional about. Yuta says, "What about Gojo Sensei? Is he not important? Have we been pushing all the burden of becoming a monster onto Gojo Sensei alone? If Gojo Sensei is gone, then who else will be the monster? If no one intends to become one, then I will." That is cold. If no one intends to become one, then I will. Man, Yuta was the GOAT all along. He's the only one locked in. For real. Bro. Yuta, he was him all along. Like, we already know Yuta was him, but he was just locked in all along, man. Yuta, it was... Why is he using domain expansion on freaking Sukuna if they saw it was pointless? Well, right now, Sukuna's domain it was already incomplete, and he's weakened, but it still should be the same domain. But they should know how Gojo survived it. I'll get into that in a second when we actually reach this panel translated. I'll actually talk about that. Because Gojo can still beat him even if the domain works the same. Yuta's gonna get eaten by Sukuna. Please no. I don't even know how we're gonna win at that point. Even though narratively, Yuji and probably Megami should follow up and fight Sukuna and have some sort of epic clash for the Jujutsu Kaisen. You guys know how it is. Why is Maki scared? Ain't she the same one who murked her own clan? Yeah, that's pretty inhuman too. I guess maybe everyone just has like their little lines that they cross, and this is their line. Freaking body swapping. Because this is the same thing that the worst sorcerer in history has done. It's just inhuman. Just joined. Is Gojo back? Who's gonna tell him, guys? Who's gonna let him know? Yuta can choose the target of his domain, so maybe Fuji can fight in the domain as well. Oh man, this line is so cold though. If no one intends to become one, then I will. Haven't we been pushing all the burden of becoming a monster onto Gojo Sensei alone? If Gojo Sensei is gone, then who else will be the monster? Man, oh man, oh man. Horrible. You guys are insane. Am I reading MHA right now? Horrible writing. You guys are insane. This is crazy. That's how Gojo will come back with unequivocal love. I guess they do love Gojo, but I guess it's really about doing the right or doing what they have to do. Would you say, Camillo? Only Jogoat can save us at this point? Man. Jogo clears, man. This is crack, Kaisen. It feels like it right now, bro. But this Gege is cooking. I feel like I have my doubts, but Gege is cooking, man. This feels so disrespectful, though. I'm having the strongest case of cognitive dissonance ever. My mind's all over the place, so I don't even know what I feel. Only lobotomy Kaisen can save me. That makes it even worse, Anix. That's just gonna scramble your brain even more. Oh man, this... Did anyone expect this? There's definitely people out there that expected this to happen, but did they really expect this? Gege's not cooking? Oh man. I'm sad you guys think that way, some of y'all. We need the power of friendship at this point. I think it's really interesting. Man, good. His line went so hard, bruh. If no one else will. If no one intends to become one, then I will. MHA fans will dunk on us because they brought All Might back with armor. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold him though. This may be going too far. He overcooked. That's one way to put it. And literally, it actually is lobotomy Kaisen right now. Like, literally, this is actually lobotomy Kaisen. Because Yuta literally performed lobotomy on Gojo, and now he switched brains with him. It's lobotomy Kaisen. It's true. This is a well done steak. Very, very well done. I'm not gonna complain to the chef though. All right, Myamura translated again. They say, what did they say? The scene switches. Yuta tells Gojo that he will take his body if he dies. Gojo says he's fine with that. And he has no intention of losing. And doesn't care what happens to his dead body. So he actually did talk to him. Yuta tells Gojo that he will take his body if he dies. Gojo says he's fine with that. He says he has no intention of losing and doesn't care what happens to his dead body. All right. So Yuji either dies or becomes Gojo. Sounds like Yuji and Mahito. So Gojo had no intention of losing, and he didn't care what happened to his body. It feels like when this happens, I will admit, when they mention all of this now, it's kind of like, it almost feels like they're doubting themselves, despite what they say. Like, because we're actually seeing all this take place. Gege done Yuta getting surgery, like literal lobotomy. That's how it works now. This statement alone confirmed that Gojo doesn't give a shit yet. He does not. I still think it's crazy. Bro said, nah, I'd win, and he just gets cut in half. And people will say, like, they will say to you that when he said, actually, it takes more meaning now, because I was thinking that Gojo meant that his students would win. But if Yuta literally took his body and won, then that's Gojo's win still, because it's his body. Hey, what's up, Rody? Little bro took Gojo's controller, yeah. So this nah I'd win meme still takes effect. Nah, Gojo killed the higher ups, LOL. Yeah, I still don't know what happened in those panels. Because Sukuna is nerfed so hard right now, Yuji again becoming a side character. That's what it's feeling like, because I'm not worried about that boy right now. All of my attention is on Yuta Kaisen. Yuta Kaisen, Gojo Kaisen, whatever it is. It's no longer Yuji Kaisen for those 2 chapters that it was. Bro, I swear, if Yuta completes the sacrifice of the 6 eyes theory, I'ma be fuming. Man, I don't know. Nah, I'd win is still in effect since this is Gojo's body. which is hilarious, and that's low key that's low key good setup. And just as I was thinking about that, I was thinking about how people said when Gojo said, "Nah, I'd win," he actually meant his students would win. But now those words take a new meaning. I'll do a recap when we see the last page. But this chapter isn't fully translated yet. We have how many pages? Dang, we still have like, my goodness. We have like like 7 more pages left? 10 out of 10 speech. Yeah, Yuta was Yuta was cooking, man. He said if no one else will become a monster, then I will. Basically. I feel like the way Gege chose to reveal the flashbacks instead of us seeing them go through that the month of the training, something that can happen in the present, and he can use the flashback to support that. Something that can happen. Yeah, seeing the flashbacks now is a little jarring. However, we still needed this context. But if we already saw the flashbacks, then this would have been all the more rewarding to see. Anix, you really do not like this chapter, do you? You're really not messing with this one. I think this chapter is the craziest Jujutsu Kaisen chapter ever. Period. I don't care what anyone says. This is the most monumental, craziest one yet. Crazier than chapter 212. Crazier than the Kenjaku reveal. It's just straight up insane. And me personally, I think it's really good. Top 10 JJK chapter. I think off of pure shock value, it might be top 10. Just purely off of the shock and the potential and the reveals. I think it's up there with like 212 when Sukuna was up there. Or when Sukuna switched with Megami. I want Yuji to cook, bro. Gege has to let Yuji cook eventually. And if he let Yuji cook, I would also imagine that wouldn't they have to like settle the stuff with Gojo happening right now and Yuta? Like I hope it actually pays out. Like we're using Gojo's body. Like are we really gonna lose now? Against a nerfed Sukuna. This Sukuna has low RCT. I'm gonna say more about that when we see the final page, but let me see if he translates another page. Bro, this dude has low RCT output, low cursed energy output in general. He has the same cursed energy as Yuta. Heavily damaged, injured heart, missing 2 arms. Bro, he's like, if Sukuna like slithers his way out of this, I don't know, man. I feel like I'd expect that to happen, but it's crazy. Mia low leak output. Mia mad slow. However, his translations are worth it. Yuta doesn't have the same battle IQ. No, he does not. However, he's seen what Gojo has done, and now he has his body. And since what we've known from the Switch training, that you can gain experience from the body that you're in. And Yuta is literally like a prodigy, so I'm not too certain how much trouble he'd have. Yuta and Gojo, okay. He did translate another page. Yuta and Gojo talk about if Yuta is a descendant of Fujiwara or Sugawara. Interesting. Yuta says, "Oh, by the way, I was told that I was a descendant of the Fujiwara blood." Didn't Gojo Sensei say that I was a descendant of Sugawara blood? Gojo says, it's the Sugawara. You and me are distant relatives, but... excuse me. Weren't the Sugawara and Fujiwara on bad terms? So I guess Uro-san had a misunderstanding then. Well, it's possible that both of us are right now. Interesting. The Fujiwara were... if I was to give a little summary, the Fujiwara are terrible people. They were... it's very interesting info. The Fujiwara they were an imperial family during the Heian era, and they were incredibly sneaky. Like, they kill their own people for power. There's tons of infighting. They absorb other people into the clan, kind of like the Zenin do. They're absolutely terrible. I'm not so certain on the Sugawara clan though, because all I know is about Sugawara no Michizane. Gege needs to hurry up and drop this Heian era lore, please. I pray we get that before the series ends. That would literally complete the series if we saw a Heian era flashback. That would just plug up. It just solve a lot of questions that I have for the series, or a lot of questions that I have itching about the series. Sounds like a normal empire, yes. It's basically feudal Japan. That's how it was, and Fujiwara are the prime example of that. I very much encourage, if you guys haven't already, to just look at a couple of videos about the Fujiwara or about the Heian era, because it's pretty interesting back then. The disrespect to Gojo's body and the main character is crazy. Yeah, I do wonder why they would mention this now about this Sugawara Fujiwara Yuta Gojo talks. It makes me think that it's going to be brought up very soon again. Is Yuta's lineage going to matter if all his brain is going to be mush after 5 minutes of being inside of Gojo? Well, I hope it matters. Alright, does Myamura have a new... oh, I missed this one. Gojo says Yuta might have been born under better circumstances than him. So Gojo says if Yuta can utilize that advantage, he's totally lame. Gojo says, start off with your sloppy cursed energy. I've always told you to be more careful about that. Gojo says Yuta might have been born under better circumstances than him. So Gojo says that if Yuta can't utilize that advantage, he's totally lame. Start off with your sloppy cursed energy. I've always told you to be more careful about that. I'm looking tired. It's pretty late, but I'm still hyped. And I'm still trying to wrap my head around this chapter. If he was born under better circumstances than him, that's interesting. Gege Akutame. I don't know what does that mean? It sounds like they're born in the same era, but the time that they were living in, what they had to use. I mean, by the time Yuta was around, he had peers like Gojo, or people to look up to, I guess, when he had to school, but he only joined like last year, didn't he? Nurture versus nature. Isn't Gojo literally the honored one? Like, he was blessed with this power, though he did train for it. Gojo then posted another panel. Gojo then asked his students to go away because he does not want them to see a bloody side, especially since he doesn't know what he's about to do. What he's about to do is right. So this must have been when he killed the higher ups, right? Since he's talking about the bloody incident or bloody side. Is he saying traditions were not forced on Yuta, so he was influenced? So he was not influenced. He might be saying something about that. But I'm just saying, since they were actually, Gojo and Yuta were born in the same era, so I'm trying to figure out what sort of circumstances was Yuta born under. Maybe it is how he was nurtured as a kid, but Yuta wasn't, he didn't get introduced into the sorcery world until like 2017, like last year, so I'm not sure how that works out. The Six Eyes user still exists. Gojo was raised in the clan. Yuta was not. So how is that under better circumstances? Oh, maybe it's like being influenced by the clans? Since we just talked about the Fujiwara and all that? That could be the case as well. I think it means Yuta was born into Jujutsu society from a young age. Like Gojo, he probably would have had, if he was born into that society at a young age like Gojo, then he probably would have had a better circumstances. Okay, that makes sense. I do know that the clans pretty much vary. Like the clans would vary in like, I guess they wouldn't vary in tradition, but how they would treat others. But man, I think they're all pretty much the same in their traditions. So it's gonna work out. It's interesting how it would have worked, what would have been. All right, he translated something else. If I lose to Sukuna and all the old geezers in the room are gone, so he did kill him, Gakuganji Gramps will stand on top of the Jujutsu headquarters. If that happens, there won't be any more chaos like post Shibuya incident. Yeah, because that was a mess. Oh man. That was tragic. So he definitely killed all the higher ups. Oh man, that's crazy. So Gojo then asks his students to go away. Doesn't want them to see a bloody side. So he's gonna leave Gakuganji. Since I think Gakuganji is a higher up, he's gonna leave him in power. Like what was hinted. Since Gakuganji is apparently a good person. And he killed all the other higher ups. So Guitar Gramps is now in charge. Apparently that's better. I think Gojo mentioned that would actually be better. Because he's a decent person, yeah. If I lose to Sukuna and all the old geezers in the room are gone, Gakuganji Gramps will stand on top of the Jujutsu headquarters. It's still weird considering Gakuganji's pretty lame still, but he's a decent person. Nah, because Gojo can end him. Even considering Gakuganji killed Yagi, he's still alright with him. Because he knows he was just operating off of orders. Yuta's cursed energy is so immense that any sorcerer close miles to him can sense him. He's stronger than Gojo, but due to Gojo's ability, he was considered the strongest. Crazy comment. Nah, let Mei Mei take over. Yeah, I don't want to see what she would do to she just make the Jujutsu Society into a cash grab. What are you cooking, Gege, man? Gege going crazy. It's just stuff left, right, just stuff going on it. Just stacked on stacked of each other, man. Oh, this is interesting. Gojo once tells his students to go back, but they refute. They argue with him. Yuta tells Gojo not to become a monster by himself again. Oh, they don't want to lose him. That's something I can't do at the moment. I was left behind. I have to catch up to him. Oh my gosh. That's actually deep. Tells his students to go back, but they refute him. Yuta tells Gojo not to try and become a monster by himself. He says that's something I can't do at the moment. I was left behind. I have to catch up to him. Oh man, Gege just ripping our hearts out in this one panel alone. Teacher and students love right there. Yeah, they did not. I think it's awesome how they actually understood Gojo in that moment, but still Gojo had to do what he had to do. Oh man. And we got a Geto mention, which is amazing. Geto. Gojo's body still has a soul, most likely in the Six Eyes. He still has a special body like Toji. After Yuta's 5 minutes copy curse technique is expired, Gojo will reclaim his body similar to how Toji did. Interesting. If that's the soul will take over, retaliate the body. That's interesting. Damn, this chapter is making me realize Gojo was effed up as a person. He was, because all he cared about was Jujutsu and satisfying his own strength and desire. Even though he had connections, it's like he was just his own person. Man, Gege hates Gojo. Man, I know he hates him, but he certainly can cook with him though. Making him suffer on his own. It's still a cook. Can Yuta copy? What is that? Can Yuta copy Gojo's domain? Isn't domain like the soul essence? We'll go over that when we get to the final domain clash, which is crazy that is actually happening. This chapter. This chapter took me out, y'all. Oh my goodness. Jogo said before, Gojo is capable of cold decisions. He will do anything to make Gojo dirty, like dirty as a person, unclean. He's gonna muck up his character. The stove is off, no one cooked. Gege, the number one Gojo hater. Yeah, that's the truth. Man. He certainly does like making Gojo suffer though. Just suffer all alone. And the fact that his students knew and they just didn't want to leave him alone. But only Gojo had that burden. Only he's the honored one. Toji is a close second. Yeah. Well, Toji, in terms, Gege really does not hate Toji at all. He glazes the hell out of him, actually. Honored one to suffer, yeah. He absolutely glazes Toji. Just like, I think he glazes Sukuna even more now, but he has some sort of relationship with Gojo, I don't even know. I don't know if it's like a love-hate thing, but it's something. You meant Toji is a Gojo? Oh, a Gojo hater, second only to Gege. All right. Gojo told Yuta that the most twisted curse is love, and I always thought it was about. What's that? Man, you guys are going crazy. You left the surface level connection between him and Rika, but poetic twist of faith. All right, gotta hold off on that. Another page was translated. The scene switches to Amai, Yuji's friend, explaining his curse technique. He can amplify the sugar within himself. The output, it has some kind, an output in some kind of way. Like, we're going everywhere. Talking about Amai now. Shoko puts Amai on a medical team with Nita to support by having him supply their brain with some sugar using his curse technique. This is so random. Now Amai can help. After this is done, we gotta collect our thoughts, and we're gonna have to go back to square one. Even though how long? We'll do it real quick though. Trash technique sugar, bro. I did not know that's what it was. So when he saved Hana, it looked like he made like concrete or something, but it's literally just like sugar. Sugar concentrate. Sugar blocks or whatever it is. You're done with this writing? Oh man. It's another Sato Sugu thing to leave by, I guess, with this chapter. This chapter is the ultimate curveball. It is. I wouldn't say it was out of nowhere because we knew something was happening with Gojo, but it was completely unexpected. It was out of nowhere, man. Just the level of detail and what's happening, it's just all these things happen all at once. It's crazy. The scenes, okay. I think did I miss this part? No. It's still talking about his sugar curse technique. Gege throwing that sugar panel out is crazy. It's just so random. Like Amai support is pretty cool. However, I'm trying to see, he amplifies the sugar within himself to output in some kind of way to help with the medical team. Supply their brain with sugar. Is sugar good for the brain? Apparently. Sugar and spice and everything nice. Apparently it is. If Gojo came back, I would have dropped the series. Does it help? Oh my gosh. Brain works on glucose equals sugar. Man, Gege must have pulled out the science division or something. Oh man. Yes, the leaks are here, right now. We're going over the translations. Chainsaw Man been making more sense than this. Yeah. I actually have a review ready, but my editor's taking a little while to do it, so I'll have to post a review or talking about this chapter, just a discussion on this chapter, then I'll have to make something about Chainsaw Man later, because I'm getting back into that now. But for both Fujimoto and Gege, they're on something else. Gege more than it feels like Gege more than Fujimoto now. Amai's technique becomes a vital asset if he assists the medical team by supplying sugar to support Nita's brain functions. Tell your editor that he's amazing. Yeah. My editor I actually edit my own videos, but I recently started using him on a couple of projects. So the videos you've been seeing again and again are mostly from me. I think there's only been using my editor like around 5 times. But for the Chainsaw Man stuff, I'm definitely using the editor for that, for other content. Fujimoto cooks, Gege throws mustard into soup. Oh man, and people don't know why energy drinks have high sugar content. Oh, okay. It makes your brain work smarter, or just work. Oh snap! I missed this. Oh my goodness, man, is this Yuta? The scene switches again. Yuta's cut in half due to Sukuna's slash and has been rushed to the medical ward. Arata has used curse technique to avoid Yuta's wounds from getting worse. Oh, that's the dude who stops more damage from being done. So it might be too late. Man, Nita is like, I cannot tell if Nita is a Nita's not even a healer, they're just support. If they're goated or if they're not goated. Am I about to make Sukuna diabetic? Yuta got messed up by Sukuna. He got messed up bad. Cut in half. If I'm looking at this right, his legs are like... Nah, he was cut in half. That must have been the world slash. Shoko isn't doing shit. I'm changing my profile pic. Shoko is pretty cool. I mean, it's like she's at the... Look, Shoko took her jacket off, bro. She took her lab coat off. How serious does she have to be to take it off? She's leading the medical team. Only real healers here. So Yuta is literally in half. I think he is. Yep, she got her jacket off. The hair is up. She got her mask on, gloves on. She's actually ready to do some real work. She's actually ready to heal someone this time. What? Technically, she did not. So maybe we gotta back that up, call that back into question, because she did not heal Yuta, but she's keeping him alive. Because Yuta's literally cut in half right now. So yeah, let's make that clear. All right. Oh, snap. Yuta says he's conscious thanks to Rika, but he started to reach his limit. Shoko tells Yuta that she already has stitched up Gojo's corpse, so once Yuta stitches, he has to activate reverse curse technique at max capacity to complete the body. Yuta says he's conscious thanks to Rika, but he's starting to reach his limit. She's already stitched up Gojo's corpse, so once you... Yeah, it just was the world slash. Man, you really can just survive being cut in half? It makes me wonder why Gojo wasn't up and at him. If they had like this whole support team, if this is literally the world slash that Yuta was cut by, it does make me wonder why Gojo wasn't in the same condition, considering he probably, or definitely, not probably, he's tougher than a Kotsu. Everyone but Gojo can. Now that itself is crazy. That itself is that's a little iffy. I'm supporting Sukuna now, of course. Yeah, I'll give y'all that one if y'all don't agree with that much. Gojo did blow himself up, yes, but he survived it, and he got his RCT back, and he was still Gojo operating at the highest capacity that he could, considering he doesn't run enough cursed energy. He still had his cursed technique, yet he did not see the world slash coming at him because Sukuna was too sneaky, and then he just got cut in half and died. I guess it really just was too late for Gojo. Yuta didn't ate the full output of world slash though. When you think about the world slash, what does output matter if you cut existence? How do you cut existence softer. Do you get what I'm saying, chat? Like Yuta would have to be, it wouldn't even have to be World Slash. It would have to be like if anything, it would be an enhanced dismantle or something like that. Because you can't activate World Slash and it just be weaker somehow. It's the World Slash. It just cuts through infinity. It cuts through existence. What are you going to cut through existence softer? You're going to softly cut through existence? That's what I'm trying to wrap my head around. World Slash was Sukuna's only win condition. LMAO. It definitely was the biggest one. This entire arc is going to be masterclass once it's all done and animated. I'd really like to see it all in one go through. All right. Myamura said something else. I think this is the final page. Yeah. Back to the present. Sukuna and Yuta in Gojo's body. They both opened their domains. The narrator says that Gojo had already shown the solution to Sukuna's open barrier domain. All right. So it's like we were saying earlier. Since Yuta watched their battle, Yuta knows what to do. He should know what to do in Gojo's body. He knows he has to shrink the barrier and he has to beat Sukuna up while the slashes are being forced outside of the domain. We got another panel. I actually like to see that as a surprise rather than just expose it for myself right now. Because I don't see those little end notes that Gege leaves or whatever the chapter leaves. But yeah, this, like, he should already know what to do. Yuta is not using Gojo's domain. He literally is. If he's using the same hand sign, I mean, he has both arms. He's not using the... Oh. Hold on. He might not if there's another page. My bad, chat. If there's not another page, then he's not. If it's not unlimited void. Let me see. Because now I'm curious. Bro, what is this, bro? What is he on? What was that leaker on? That was from the other link from the leaker. And then my internet freaking fizzed out and it wouldn't update, so it just showed his whatever he was posting before. He has 3 domain expansions now. Go back to what he was. Bro, why isn't it showing his leaks? Okay. This art is interesting. What? Where's the other page? What? Shoko can't bring... Why am I missing the other page of the double page? It's like he just posted the one page. Unless it's in the... No, it's not in the replies. Where's the other half? I'm looking for it right now. Let me see if the... Okay, the other scans... The scan site is up. Oh, thank God. Actual leaks without freaking lean beef patty on my screen. Quite enough of that. All right. Okay. So it's... Yes, it is Infinite Void. Just what we would expect. She's in Japan right now. Oh, why am I worried about that? Why would you to be able to use Gojo's domain? He doesn't have Gojo's soul. What does it matter? He's in his body. I'm wondering why would that particular soul matter in terms of using that curse technique? She's joining the fight. W chapter. I think this chapter was cool. People gonna say it's trash. This chapter was insane. And for the domain clash, Sukuna I'm pretty sure he still has the same binding vows that he's been using. Bro, he's not any stronger than he was 2 chapters ago. So he still has the same binding vows that Sukuna has to deal with. His domain's probably still incomplete and only lasts 99 seconds. Like these are the things that we have to be thinking about now. Do you guys think his domain would still be like it was in, what was that, like 258? Where is Gojo's brain? I don't know. It must be dead. Unless no way he just switches with Yuta. In a jar. It's being kept alive. I don't even know how I feel about that. That's a comeback I would never have expected. I'd assume they would have put it like in a jar, like some of you guys are saying, or in Yuta's body. Yuta's body was dying though, wasn't it? It's probably in the cursed corpse technique like Panda. It's a physical brain though. I don't want this comeback. It's not Gojo though, it's Yuta. Let me zoom out a little bit so I have a clearer picture. Oh man, this is a beautiful spread, by the way. I never thought we'd get a round 2 though. And certainly not under these conditions. Question, does Kenjaku's curse technique mean that Yuta's brain was transplanted, or is it just some part of Yuta that goes onto Gojo's brain and hijacks it? Kenjaku's curse technique. Kenjaku is dead. He just copied his technique. The technique won't overwrite his soul. I'd get it if it was Kenjaku's brain, but it's not. It's Yuta's brain. So this is 100% Yuta. Yuta's brain is transplanted. Yes, it's transplanted into Gojo. Which is kind of like the Kenjaku theory and the Yuta Six Eyes theory rolled up into one, and it's a lot nicer than I thought it would be, is what I'm trying to say. This isn't round 2, bro. You know what I'm saying. It's another round. I guess they only really fought that one time. So it is a second round. What did Mia say? The revenge match begins. Yes. Round 6. I'm like counting everything they've done so far. So like what I was saying, it kind of be like round 2, but really, if you're counting every single domain battle, then it is like round 6. Since they have 5 domain expansion battles since they couldn't do it anymore. And Sukuna is top 1 all day, every day, because he had to fight 20 plus people and he had to fight Gojo twice in order to take him down. That's actually the most insane run that I've ever seen any villain do. This dude had to... It took a Gojo revival. And we still don't even know if it's going to be enough. I don't even know. Bro fought 20 plus people in the modern era. He faced all these curse techniques and these strategies. He got nerfed to oblivion. He lost so much health. He had to take on all these vows. He had to do all these things, and he's still up fighting. He's still, apparently he might be toe to toe with this dude in a domain at least. I do wonder if it's gonna matter if, man, I just can't believe I didn't see this panel before. Merger next chapter. I hope we leave the merger. I hope we leave that a ways off, because we need to focus on this right now. What'd you say, Rody? Wait, how did Yuta copy his technique when he's never seen Kenjaku actually body hop? Does he need it? He doesn't need to see the technique. He needs to harness the flesh of the person, right? Like, we've never seen Kenjaku body swap, but he just harvests the flesh of the person, right? Or Rika gets it. I do wonder what happened to Rika, though. Yeah, we do have a break next week, but with a kind of chapter like this, I need a break. I know some of y'all might disagree, but I need a break, because this we need to process this. I'm almost certain there's a break next week. Sukuna Malevolent Shrine, Unlimited Void. So like I was saying earlier, Sukuna is going to shrink, not Sukuna. Well, Sukuna is going to shrink his domain if he's going to try to try and destroy Gojo's domain. But Gojo's going to shrink it down like he did before and resist the slashes. And if it's only 99 seconds, that's a lot. That'll last a lot longer than what GOJO needed in order to beat Sukuna's domain in those conditions. And we finally might, for this battle, we might get an answer for why Sukuna, or if Sukuna can use his dismantle technique. Sorry, man, everything's going right now. His dismantle technique and break the domain from the inside, or do something like it. This can just answer so many questions, man. This round 2 can answer so many questions, and it could just is this real? This is dead ass real. This is 100% real. This is happening, chat. Takaba versus the merger. Man, I'd love to see that. I actually pay money to see it. But Takaba too goofy for the series, bruh. Man, this is insane. All right, my brothers and sisters, just a quick rundown for what happened so far. I think we got an end note. Yeah, and a break. Yeah, confirmed break as well. So yeah, I can stick with Myamura. All right, so Yuta, this ghost is Yuta manifested in Gojo's body. Then we enter a flashback that Yuta can harness Kenjaku's curse technique because Yuta can absorb Kenjaku. And despite the risks involved that Yuta needs to do, it needs to be done. And they go over what we don't know is these conditions, if Kenjaku's curse technique is going to do something to meddle with Yuta's technique or his mimicry. We don't know what happened to Rika. If his curse technique operates intermittently, like it says, or where he won't immediately die, but he'll die eventually. If the curse technique is single use and he can use limitless past the 5 minutes, which I think is the case. If you guys are questioning this writing right now, like, leaks are not the best option. Like, y'all, we need to read the chapter first before we start talking about the writing. After the switch of, like, we don't even understand some of the things going on. So how can we even, we can rate the chapter, but how can we even really seriously rate it? But back to what we were saying, or what Mei was saying, after switching bodies, is completed, it's also possible that Yuta's technique can be discarded and now he has to live on in Gojo's body, which is pretty crazy. But Yuta explains that this is a last resort thing. Yuta is now in Gojo's body. It's not very humane. However, Yuta is doing what needs to be done. 10 out of 10 chapter. That's what it's feeling like right now. With all this setup and craziness and shock value alone. This Gojo part was very strange, talking about Yuta's upbringing compared to Gojo and what Gojo had for the future. He killed the higher ups and he chose to like leave it all up to them, basically, to everyone else. All of his strong and intelligent allies, he chose to leave it to them, whether he wins or whether he dies. And he went at it alone. Then Amai was mentioned for some reason. They not heal, but they manage Yuta's body. They prep him for the transfiguration, or when they transfer his body. And then we enter back to Gojo versus Sukuna, or Yuta versus Sukuna, in this epic revenge match. So as chaotic as that was, this was the chapter. Take it or leave it, this was an insanely cool chapter. Next chapter, rest in peace Yuta. We don't know yet. We don't know. This was an absolutely insane chapter. We went all different types of directions. We talked about the soul. We talked about Yuta's potential, his curse technique potential, what Sukuna is going to do against a Gojo who now has knowledge of what he can do against the domain. And this Gojo's not even Gojo, it's Yuta who watched this whole fight through. We just have to see how good Yuta's battle strategy is. If he's just as good as Gojo is going to be in his body. We just have to see. But this chapter, this is looking pretty clean. And I have absolutely had an amazing time with you guys. Because this was insanity. He has copy abilities still. Do we know that for real? If he still has like Rika and stuff, I'd imagine Rika would not be lost. But man, that'd be insane. If he retains his own curse technique, we're gonna theory craft, bros, my brothers and sisters. Trust that. We're theory crafting, man. Cause Yuta has the most insane potential ever. He has so much potential, it literally overshadows everything else. That's how crazy it is. Yuta 6 eyes, Gojo incarnate. This is happening. Megumi Sukuna versus Gojo Yuta. I can't even answer that right now. Cause I need to see if Gojo has, if it's literally Gojo's if it's just Gojo, he can only get better. And if Sukuna doesn't have the world slash, then Gojo's winning. That's that. Or at least that's how it is now before Sukuna has another sort of answer. Because Sukuna should not be able to use world slash right now. He's missing his hands and he has to use Enma-ten. So this chapter was crazy. It's gonna work out. I think it's gonna work out how, I can't even say how it will work out, but I'm pretty satisfied with how it's working out right now. I did not expect this level of cook. So, like Gege, he was really about his bag this chapter. This is the craziest chapter this year, let alone all of Jujutsu Kaisen. But with that, my brothers and sisters, it's good having you with me this amazing leak night, leak day, whatever time it is for you guys. I have to go. I have to process these things. I have to make a video for you guys to enjoy and theory craft. And I'll probably make when we have more detailed descriptions and translations, I'll have to wait for the translations, the real translations for TCB. But it's gonna be interesting. You can trust we going theory craft. But it's been good talking to you guys and just seeing you guys in chat. This league night was crazy, but I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. You guys take care. Bye bye.